We live in an age where one's community and public relations matter more than ever. If you make a false move as a company, it'll be doing the rounds on social media before you know it, and as such, big corporations make sure that missteps are dealt with quickly. They do say, however, fools rush in, and it seems Areanet have done something very foolish. To give you a quick summary, Guild Wars 2 writer Jessica Price took part in an AMA in which she fielded some questions about narrative design in an MMO, after which she received a response from a YouTube personality. The person disagreed with her and gave his own take, which Price did not take kindly to. What followed was a back and forth between Price and the Guild Wars community, becoming increasingly mean-spirited and nasty as both parties remained unmoved. Amongst other things, Price referred to the fan as a rando asshat, and the fanbase fury only grew. Colleague Peter Fries too waded in, and defended Price and their right to voice their own opinion on social media. So okay, developer receives criticism, considers it sexist, and an argument ensues. Not ideal for any studio, and some backlash can be expected. All I'd expect from that, perhaps, is a public apology from Areanet? Support your employees and keep your head under the sand? Well, no. Instead, they opted for the super secret Renegade option, and fired both employees on the spot. Now this can descend into an argument about maintaining standards on one's own social media, responsibilities when dealing with a community, or even gamers' entitlement. But instead, let's look at this objectively as a move of obscene stupidity from the studio. If we're just talking about PR, then yeah, an argument between prominent personalities and employees is bad. But you know what's worse? Firing said employees and kickstarting an even bigger shitstorm. Piss off a YouTuber, you wind up with a couple thousand viewers. Now, however, the entire industry is getting in a frenzy. I mean, you're watching this right now. So we've graduated from Twitter spat to the video game industry's axe to grind of the week. Also, I know I said I'd keep away from the wider commentary on this, but firing an employee after they've complained about perceived sexism does very little to support any equality stance the company may have hoped for. Also, let's go into what this means for the employees at Areanet. Fries has over a decade working for the studio, and though Price is only a year working for the company, she has 10 years of experience in the industry. First off, firing employees will disrupt any workforce, but to do so publicly, can do so much more, especially if you're looking at this and thinking that off-the-record opinions are enough for you to get the bullet. It demonstrates how disposable the studio sees even its most prominent workers, and it would come as no surprise if your current crop are now looking elsewhere. It's worth pointing out that there have been some defenders of the decision in the community. Naturally, it can come as something as a surprise if developers of your favourite franchise come out on the offensive. Areanet have stated that community guidelines are in place, and clearly, Fries and Price have not followed them, although you have to question a guideline that states backing up a colleague is a sackable offence. You have to question, however, is this really worth it? There's getting your feelings hurt and then there's losing your livelihood. On top of that, the company have earned the ire of the gaming media and gaming industry at large. It can be argued that the whole story isn't known here. It is indeed possible that the writers were under some warning about such behaviour. The community has been quick to point out a particularly troubling tweet from just 2 months ago from Price, in which she referenced the death of Total Biscuit by saying, "The nicest thing I can say is I'm glad he's not around to do more harm." So it's possible the duo were towing a line here, but the official statement only seems to allude to interactions with the community, suggesting that this is indeed the one and only strike the pair have to their name. For me, the most troubling thing here is that this makes a statement from Areanet that they care about fans, but at the expense of employees and public persona. This may on one hand engender brand loyalty, but I doubt they have earned many fans off the back of this debacle. I seriously doubt we've seen the end of this, and I half expect this take to be out of date by the time it's posted. But one thing is for certain, this all could have been avoided. So that's my take on the Areanet debacle. I'd be keen to hear your own thoughts on it, whether you thought the two deserved to lose their job, whether they knew what they were getting into, or if you do think Areanet have over-exaggerated here. As always, leave a like and subscribe if you like what you've seen, it really helps me out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.